The glutes are massive group muscles. They help stabilize the hip. They help us maintain good posture. They play a major role in running, jumping, and lifting, and they help protect our lower back during lifting. So we need to make sure we're not overlooking them in our training. My buddy's a runner, and he asked me to do up a dumbbell-only glute workout for him. So I picked 3 exercises with a 4th one that we'll throw in there in case you have trouble activating your glutes. So the first thing we're going to do is warm up, get our hips nice and mobile, get a good stretch in the glutes. So we're doing the walking lunges. You want to take a nice big step forward and get a really good stretch in the glute. A shorter step works more the quads. A longer step is going to hit the glutes a lot more. Just raising the arm opposite to the front leg, getting a good stretch in the psoas at the same time. Everything loose, warmed up, ready to go. So the first exercise we're going to do is an optional one. So we're going to do this one only if you have trouble activating your glutes, and that's a glute bridge. You could do dumbbell hip thrusts here, but it's hard to load dumbbell hip thrusts heavy, and they're really good for getting a mind-muscle connection, activating the glutes, but you don't get a big stretch, so they're not awesome for building a ton of muscle. But doing both legs at the same time or a single leg glute bridge is enough to get your glutes firing, get them activated, ready to go for our next exercise. So our first main exercise is going to be walking lunges. 1 dumbbell in each hand, and again we're going to take a big step forward, knee coming slightly over your toes. If you lean your torso a little bit forward on the movement, you can hit your glutes a little bit more, but the big key is to get a nice big stretch in your glutes on the way down. I would aim for 3 sets, somewhere between 8 and 20 reps per leg. The walking lunges, you're going to get a ton of glute activation, but you're also going to get some quad activation. So I picked 3 exercises that are going to work your legs overall. It's going to be a glute-focused leg workout, so we want to hit the glutes, the quads, and the hamstrings. So when you're done your walking lunges, we'll move on to our next exercise, which is going to be dumbbell squats. I'm going to get the weights thrown up onto your shoulders. I like to hold them straight up and down. Feet about shoulder width apart or slightly wider, toes pointed out. Once you're set, take a deep breath, brace your core, squat down, make sure your knees track out, not in. Depth-wise, you want to get down to the point where you're just below parallel or lower, depending on what your mobility will allow. Really focus on driving up with your glutes. Keep your torso as upright as possible. Nice and slow on the way down, powerful on the way up. Right, so up to this point, all the exercises have mostly been focused on glutes and quads. So now we're going to focus on the glutes and the hamstrings. So here we get to practice our hip hinge. We don't want to just bend forward. We want to push our glutes back. Slight bend in the legs. It's going to protect our lower back. Now you want to go down, dumbbells just in front of your shins. Keep your back nice and flat. So go down as far as your mobility will allow you. If your back starts to round, you're going to lose that tension in your glutes and hamstrings. You'll know right away because you'll lose the feeling of the stretch. So go as far as you get that stretch in your glutes and hamstrings, and you're good to go. Now, we're just going to do this last exercise. So where we did the squats, if you have a glute circle, you can put that around your quads just above your knees. Do some lateral walking squats. So this is going to both work the squats and it's going to work some hip abduction at the same time. So you get a little bonus exercise in there. So if I was going to do this, I would do this in place of the regular squats. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.